Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we're going to be talking about Promise Reborn. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see our videos as they come out.
Have you, dear viewer, ever played a deck builder that just took forever to set up and just bogged you down with just a ton of rules and complex gameplay, and ever wished that there was a smaller, faster deck builder out there? Well, I have.
Is this like an infomercial?
That's exactly what it is. All right, so Promise Reborn, this is just that. It is a super fast, super simple, super clean deck builder. We've been having a lot of fun with it. Let me show you what it looks like. All right, so here's our setup for Promise Reborn. I mean, we're already there. You have this deck of cards, you flip over 4 to make kind of a purchasing row, and then you're ready to roll. Every player has a small deck of starting cards, which consists of 4 of these exploration gears. It gives us 1 strength when we use it, and 2 of these realm guides, which gives us 2 strength when we use them. You're going to start the game off with a 4-card hand. So right off the bat, you're going to shuffle, draw 4 cards. Strength is kind of your purchasing power in this game, and when you want to purchase a card to add into your deck, it's called Gathering, and that purchase strength is right there at the top right corner. So if I wanted to buy this card, for instance, it would be 2 of the strength. And then at the turn, we would reflip that over. Now, there are 4 types of cards in this game, and they all kind of serve a different purpose. So, for instance, these blue cards, these are knowledge cards. They usually give you some strength and some drawing abilities to draw some new cards. These allies, the green cards, they kind of help with delivering. Delivering I'll explain here in a moment, but it basically allows you to kind of get your cards a little faster, a little cheaper. Strength, or the resources, man, those are just all about strength. Big numbers of strength all the time. And the yellow cards, these are artifacts. They usually help you with kind of getting discounts when you're delivering or gathering. So like other deck builders you may have played, when you gather a card, you're going to put it into your discard pile, and when it's time to draw more cards again, you shuffle up your discard pile, and then you draw from that new draw deck that you just created. So basically, since you only have a 6-card deck to start off with, and it's 4-card hands, right away on your second hand, you're going to be drawing cards. You're shuffling your deck, you might even get a chance to draw one of the cards that you just purchased on your first turn. So you're really kind of ramping up really quickly, getting going really fast, which is nice. So what you're really trying to do is trying to gain prosperity. Prosperity is those bottom 2 pips on the bottom of the card. That's your victory points, really. All right, so when you gather a card, it goes into your deck, but there's also something called delivering a card. When you deliver a card, instead you pay the bottom left part of the cost. So this card would be 6, for instance. And when you do that, it goes kind of off to the side, off in a separate pile. All those cards are no longer in your deck. They are just set aside for victory points only at that point. The one exception is the cards that have the 10 cost to deliver. They give you some kind of benefit when you're in your realm, which is where those cards get delivered to. So this one, for instance, gives you +2 strength. Other ones might give you the ability to draw some cards, things like that. So you're purchasing some cards, you're adding to your deck. Eventually you're going to kind of purchase cards in a way that adds them out of your deck into your realm. You're stockpiling those victory points over there. But at some point, when one person has 20 prosperity, or those victory points, in their realm, the game is going to end. Alternatively, if that never happens, if the deck ever gets down to 4 or fewer cards, the game can end that way as well. But at that point, you add up all the prosperity that you've collected. Whoever has the most prosperity wins the game.
This game has a huge instant gratification to it. You buy a card, and there's a really good chance that your very next hand you're going to have it. Because you start with just the 6 cards, and you draw 4 cards. There's only 2 left over. What you buy could come up in your very next hand. So I just feel like those people who like to see things right away are going to enjoy the instant gratification that this game has to offer.
Oh yeah, I mean, a lot of deck builders that we play kind of have that slow build, that slow burn to them, and this, you're cruising right away. It's really satisfying. I will say there's not a lot of depth here. It's a very simple game. It's a very light deck builder, like we talked about, but that works in its favor for a lot of reasons. First of all, that's by design, Yeah. And then second of all, if there's someone who you want to introduce deck building concepts to, but don't want to hit them with, I don't know, something really complex right out of the gate, this would be a fantastic way to introduce those deck building concepts in a really quick and light way.
That's a really good point.
And then also, you don't always have time for those games too, but maybe you want to scratch that deck building itch, and it takes up very little space on the table, and it takes very little time up. This would be a great way to knock out a deck builder in a short amount of time. Very travel friendly.
So some deck builders have this huge crunchy engine building to it, or kind of just this synergy of you're buying cards specifically to connect to different cards to do different things, and it's this just huge system that you're working with. And this game, though it does have an engine building, it's on a much smaller scale, and there's not a whole lot to explore.
And that being said, there are some expansions that we've been playing, we've been having a lot of fun with. We'll probably talk about those in another episode, but there are additional things to explore that you can go further down the rabbit trail with. So yeah, they just kind of do that same thing. They do that really quick setup and just really ease of play while adding in those new concepts.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you are looking for a deck builder that is easy to teach, easy to play, easy to set up, and you can still have a lot of fun with it, you should check out Promise Reborn. We've been enjoying it.
Yeah, this game does exactly what it says it's going to do. It says it's going to be a very short... Gosh, we played a game last night. It was like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Like set up and everything. And it wasn't like you didn't feel like you weren't getting a game. That wasn't it at all. You still felt satisfied with your gameplay, and it only took 8 minutes.
Well, the only reason you felt satisfied is because you won.
Yeah, I am undefeatable.
I'll get you eventually.
No. Nope. Maybe on the cooperative one. But anyway.
How would I beat you in the cooperative one? I'll be the deck.
Yeah, you'll be the deck. But all that to say is that I'm just really impressed. It did exactly what it said it was going to do, and it's going to be a very quick deck builder. And it did that, and it did that well. All
right, everybody, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our reviews as they come out. And we've got tons of fresh content coming out. All right, so you can find us at Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews on Facebook. We are Ryan and Bethany on Instagram. And you can find us on Twitter at Ryan and Bethany 1.
All right, if you guys want to stay tuned to the very end to see our pounds and inches update, that's great. But if not, till then, we'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
So one of the things I have been trying to do right now, or that I have been doing, I've been pretty successful the past 2.5, 3 weeks, is to do short spurts of activity. So when I have a break at work, I walk around my workplace, and it's really nice and sunny and pretty outside, so it's nice. But I'm just trying to make sure that my body is always moving. Whenever my Fitbit says, hey, you don't have all of your steps, I make sure to walk around my desk. Just these small spurts of activity really add up at the end of the day, and I am, beating my active minutes goal every week by taking these small opportunities, and it's great.
All right, very cool. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. I just need a glass of water. My mouth feels like...
You can have this?
I will. I'll take it.
Wow, you are that desperate?
It's so horrible. Who is pretending they like that?
I love this.
Oh, gosh. It's horrible. Oh!
I prefer these over pop.
Oh, my gosh! That's the biggest drink I've ever taken in LaCroix. It's so horrible.